Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: what is the worst notification you have received whilst someone else has had your phone? I was the one doing the sending. I moved to Japan a couple of years ago, and early one morning I was at a market and saw a talkie statue that had the full cock and balls on display. I took a picture of it and thought it would be funny to send my brother a message reading unsolicited dick pic. Then send a pic of the talkie statue. Little did I know, halfway around the world, my brother was doing some late evening car shopping. He had recently been in an accident that had totaled his car and was in the market for a new one. He had handed the car salesman his phone so he could show the guy the pics of the damage to his car, and the guy was looking through them when the words "unsolicited dick pic" popped up on the screen. My brother said the guy nearly dropped the phone trying to shove it back in his hands. Brother could get extra points for telling salesman that it was just his brother sending him a dick pic. Cue banjo music. My sil was staying with me for a week, which I wasn't stoked about. My sister knew about it and messaged me, "How are you dealing with sil's name? Do you need to pretend to have a nap again, lol?" Unfortunately my sil was borrowing my tablet at the time and saw the notification pop up. She hasn't stayed with us since. Task failed successfully. Most accurate use of that ever. Unfortunately I am too poor to give you a reward. Many years ago my sil made a Facebook post about that moment when you can't even stand a person anymore. It was very vague, but she had not left the house all day and it was mostly just me and her. Pretty sure the post was about me. I never did ask her about it, but if I remember correctly I did give it a like. Found the screenshot I took. I would have commented saying "yeah, same, /." What a passive-aggressive power move. My boyfriend and I send each other shit randomly during the day, like FedEx me that pecker or flap them tits my way. I was showing my mom something on my phone once and he sends "gonna slap you with my dick tonight." Carrier pigeon me that ass. Pony Express me that schlog. DHL them DSLs. One of my favorites is when I catch him walking in with the mail, trying to open his pants while he's walking, and when he's like "stoop," I'm like "no, I gotta open this package." My friend made this fake account on Twitter and followed me exactly at the time my teacher had taken my phone away. The notification read @alfister6969 has followed you. I'm surprised there aren't more teacher stories. For me that's easily my most mortifying one. I had this roommate my sophomore year of college and we had a very weird, close personal relationship. I was in my Spanish prof's office hours and she was waiting for me at the cafeteria to get lunch together. Just before going in I texted her and asked her to get me some fries, and then I turned off my phone. I was showing my prof my paper on my laptop screen, very much forgetting that I had iMessage set up on my laptop. I'll never forget the look on his face when a notification from my roommate came in with her, jokingly, saying "I'll get you fries but only if you sensually feed them to me while you call me daddy." Suffice it to say, that was my last time visiting his office hours. Edit, lol, is this the part where I say thanks for the gold, kind whatever? A couple of years ago met a guy from Tinder in a pub for our first date. Things were going well, we were having a laugh and flirting. After about an hour I took out my phone to show him a funny meme and up popped a notification from my new period tracking app saying "today's the day you're ovulating." I swiped it real quick and I don't think he got a good look at it, but I was still worried he'd think I was some child-obsessed weirdo who timed my dates so random Tinder guys could impregnate me. I turned off ovulatio notifications after that. Edit, and I was the sender once when I text my friend who was planning to break up with her BF, "Hope you're okay, how did Gary take the breakup?" When Gary was using her phone and hadn't yet been broken up with. Sorry Gary. So how did Gary take it? Very badly. They had been together for 10 years and he was completely blindsided. He was a very self-centered person, so the fact that his relationship was in tatters, they hadn't slept together for 2 years at this point, and his girlfriend was deeply unhappy, had apparently passed him by. I was ordering food off of DoorDash on my ex's phone when she got a text from guy saying he couldn't wait to see her that weekend. She told me she was going to see her mom. I have a friend who is an EMT that had a similar experience. When he went to work, he'd often take his iPad with him to play around on between calls. This time though, his girlfriend had forgotten to sign out of Facebook on it. So all of a sudden, the iPad starts going nuts with notifications. He looks and finds the reason is because his girlfriend was flirting and arranging a date with another guy. He didn't speak to her for the rest of his shift, and broke up with her when he got home, sending her back to live with her mother. She made a bunch of threats that she'd kill herself and she'd self-harm if he didn't stay. He told her too bad, wasn't his problem anymore. Unfortunately, he still has to deal with her as they have a daughter, and he tried to get custody but failed. He does his best for her anyway though. Edit, a lot of people have wondered about if / how he doesn't have custody, and I actually don't know much about that situation myself. He'd talked about taking her to court after a prior incident, and it sounded to me like he had a good case from my not a lawyer perspective. I never heard anything about following legal proceedings, or if he even had any after that point. I do know he's getting married to someone else in the near future, and they've seemed happy when I bumped into them. Ouch. My friend texting me I'll eat her ass while I was showing my mom a meme, never swiped away a notification so fast in my MF life. Edit, we're both girls and it was a joke, I think, probably not though, knowing her. Edit 2, tag them in this post you / not today junior 98. Edit 3, stop asking her to eat yours ass, my ass is the only snack she's getting. Well, did he eat her ass or not? I'm waiting. OPLS respond. I'll fucky do it again. Username checks out. Other way around, I was holding ex-husband's phone while he was driving me and the kids to the airport. Text comes in from a work colleague asking if we'd left yet. It was then that I realized the marriage was over. That sucks. I find that if I don't get into any extramarital business, I don't have to worry about my wife holding my phone. It makes things quite a bit easier. Yeah. If you're so holding your phone makes you nervous, you're doing something wrong. Oh, I'm very sorry. New job alert from ZipRecruiter while at work. I got a call to set up a job interview while I was in a car with my manager who had applied for the same job. Awkward. I got the job though. Did you drop your manager off at the burn clinic? Oh boy. I was showing my manager a funny post on Reddit. Up pops ZipRecruiter. This happened to my friend. I sent him a text of a wet cat and said look at this wet pussy, while my other friend's mom was holding his phone. She just awkwardly gave him his phone back. That's what friends are for. Not my phone, but a Hangouts notification that popped up on the screen while my new boss was standing behind me to train me on a new program. The message from my husband asked how's the pooper. I was so focused on the task that she saw and read it before I did and collapsed to the floor in hysterical laughter. I read it and immediately lost it too. In tears from laughing we were frantically talking over each other, her trying to apologize for the unprofessional reaction, and me trying to explain that Pooper was our dog's nickname because he was getting over a bout of diarrhea. The rest of the office was so confused. Edit, paying the Pooper tax. Edit 2, adopt, don't shop. I first posted him to /r/rescue dogs a long time ago, and he gets better every day. http://imga.com/a/collie. We've since added a sister from another mister to the family and have completed our yin yang. Casey and Coco. Boss, perhaps we should look at getting you one of our better padded models of office chair. Lays down a puppy pad under my desk. I was chatting with a guy and it was going well, nothing sexual, maybe mild flirting. So I didn't care when I gave my buddy my phone for some reason. Then across the room he yells, yo, this dude just asked if you'd be down for anal. It was embarrassing. Edit, I'm really surprised this got so many upvotes. This is not how I wanted to be remembered by, but I'll take the fame. Edit 2, no, I would not be down to do anal, especially not with people I barely know. He sounds like the kind of person that would yell that even if that wasn't the message you received. Oh, he is. I love the guy. I saw the message and was instantly turned off and handed the phone back over to my buddy, and he had so much fun trolling this dude under the guise that I was the one texting him. It was awesome. For like a year, whenever I didn't want to chat with anyone I gave my phone to him and he dealt with it. Border Patrol had my phone and my buddy sent me a text in which he jokingly said something like, "What makes you think they'll let you in this time?" Or something like that. Oh no. Lol, did you actually get through? Yeah. I'll give you the backstory because I think it makes the whole thing a little crazier. For starters, my name is as seen here. Crossing into the States post -9/11 has had its moments, let's say that. Also, with my background come the typical jokes close friends will make, hence the text. Actually, I think my friend's text was in response to me sending out a general message to people that I was heading down to the US. But this time crossing, I had signed up with a company that pairs people willing to drive with people who need their vehicle somewhere that they don't want to drive it to themselves. Like snowbirds, who go between Canada and Florida /Arizona /California etc. It was my first time working for them and I was going to pick up a car in Florida and drive it to Northern Ontario. I was flying down to Florida, and in the Toronto airport there is an American customs which clears you before leaving, rather than when you arrive. The thing about it was, I didn't have as much information as I would like to have had. I didn't know the name of the person whose vehicle it was, I didn't have the address of where I was picking it up. I had email correspondence with the business owner, but he was a little behind on providing the relevant paperwork. So in this case, from a border officer's perspective, I do kind of understand the rigmarole that followed, because you had a single mail with a one-way ticket to Florida, and a not so substantiated story about how I was going to not stay indefinitely in the States. I was directed to secondary inspection, which is a place I'm pretty familiar with. Except this time I didn't notice the signs about not using electronics while in there, because I was too busy staring at my phone. The secondary inspection area was just a room with a lot of empty seats and nobody else. I waited for like 10 to 15 minutes playing around on my phone when the door I had entered opened and an officer who was probably preoccupied with something else passed through, noticed me on my phone and was like, "Hey, you can't be on that, give it here." So off goes my phone with the officer as they exit to another room. A seemingly long time goes by and another officer comes back with my phone and my relatively congenial question period begins, where I have to explain, among other things, what the hell I'm doing in the States and how it works, why I might not get let into the States, as per my friend's text, which he must have sent while I didn't have my phone, and a joke concept I had saved in my notes app about smoking weed. But after all that, I did get let through. Arguably coming back with someone else's vehicle across the border was a worse experience,